funny, I'm such a storyteller. I can reply to everything with a story. Sat with a climate activist a couple of days ago. We had dinner, and he was like, there was always two things that propelled me forward: my anger about the injustice of the world, and my belief that a better world is possible. And he said he had lost that belief that a better world is possible. He's like, we're past the point where we can save the climate, or save ourselves actually. From
we're doomed.
Yeah, where everything's gonna go downhill. And I mean, obviously, we're still gonna have bathtubs for a while, but other people are already suffering big time today. And then I told him that I agree in large parts to that wider picture, and at the same time that I'm living in my personal utopia at the moment.
Moos is a utopia.
Yeah.
For you. Yeah.
I think he called it personal utopia. I didn't say this, but I said something like, waking up, I'm going to the kitchen and there are nice people, and I'm just like laughing in the morning for half an hour. I'm just like such a happy person for the first half hour of the day.
Yeah.
Before I like go and do something else. I don't feel lonely anymore since living here. It's huge. And I mean, there's like, it's debatable if we're adding something to the planet, but we're also like, and then actually there is, I mean, some people in this community, right, they're hosting 2 Ukrainian events every week. And I'm not part of this group, but I'm hoping to like, as being part of the community, I contribute to them being able to do that. We hosted this climate thing recently. There's so many things happening here that are hopefully contributing to regenerate this world.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't part of. I mean, I did try this in my personal work, but like only through living in my own little 1-room apartment. I didn't do this, and I do it here, and so I'm feeling really well, and I'm contributing.
So because you're here, you have a space to organize things like your Klimakneipe or your climate pub every month, and you also feel connected to people. And are there any other projects you're doing here, or any other ways you feel like you're trying to contribute here?
Not much actually. I guess I'm trying to organize some of the care work to enable other people to do projects here.
Yeah.
On a structural and
Which is very important in my opinion. I mean, we don't have a dedicated person to just making sure that people are cared for and that this place is clean enough and that the kitchen is functional, or maybe even food. Sometimes you cook for everybody sometimes, and that's really important. So we don't put this on our website, that so and so is here contributing in this way, but I think it's super important, and maybe it should be.
Thank you.
Visible. And anything you've learned from your time here? I don't know how long you've been here, like 3 months, 4 months.
I guess finishing my sentence, I'm not contributing here because I'm writing a book currently.
Well,
I decided to invest my time there before investing more here again. What have I learned? A shared culture is super necessary to live together. Somebody called it at our retreat, life as art. It's not perfect, but it's getting there, of like we all share a certain approach to life.
And you mean to say a creative approach?
I don't know what the approach is here, I haven't thought about this enough, but like I'm part of several communities, and I've lived in communities where I didn't vibe with the culture, and then it was difficult, there were misunderstandings and frustrations, and here I feel like a lot of people share the same culture, and that's why you're okay with other people fucking up, or you're okay with the kitchen being, or like, you understand why it's, I don't know, that's something I haven't investigated yet, but I find fascinating.
I mean, based on your other experiences living in these other places, do you have any reflections on co-living? After you're also comparing it to Moos?
It's I'm super conflicted about that. On the one hand, I find these like theories about like humans used to be like this when they were still living in caves. Humans were still living like that when they were living in caves. I find it super difficult because nobody can know. But like living in a flat by yourself is not what we're made for. This is just like my system, my body, my soul, my psyche, whatever you want to call it, is like so much more in tune ever since I share space with people. And I even wonder what it would be like to like share beds. And we can't do this because we're like so trained of like waking up in our own bed. Maybe it's beautiful. I once read this quote of like, our birthright is, or something like that, to wake up and be looked at by 40 pair of eyes.
40? 40?
Yeah. I mean, thinking of like a tribe, and that's the thing again, like a tribe in a cave, you know, like everybody sleeping in the living room. And I've been traveling in the Middle East, I was always astonished by like people just like sleeping very happily in like common spaces while people were preparing food and chatting. But because there's more of a communal culture still, they can do this. We would all like freak out and get grumpy and be like, shut up. Because we have learned it differently. I see a beauty in that.
So when you start your own co-living experience, everybody's going to be sleeping in the same room. All 40 of them.
No. Maybe the next generation. Maybe our kids.
Oh.
We're too old for that.
Are there any other projects by other people that inspire you that you could mention?
The Hologram. It's a peer-to-peer health coaching system, and what caught me was the analysis that there's always a power dynamic hierarchy between doctor and patient, and this leads to shit results. And
you mean specifically in the medical system, like because of the bureaucracy or hierarchy, like patients go through and they don't get good service just because of this information communication or hierarchy or bureaucracy.
Yeah. They're often not like really asked what they want, but they're like put through a process and
they're told what they need.
Exactly. Yeah. And I love that the Hologram puts away with this hierarchy. I think that's revolutionary.